Am I the butthole for buying my 21 male, stepmom, 50 female, a burger of her own because she keeps picking food off of me and my siblings' plates? My stepmom is a nutritionist. She's always about eating the right foods, meal prep, fresh groceries, etc. Occasionally, my dad, 52 male, my siblings, 21 female, 20 male, and 23 male, and I like to get some junk food, we call these junk ups, on the weekend. Now the problem, since forever, my stepmom has told us that we're going to die because we're eating fatty foods. I promise, we only eat junk food on the weekends, or on special occasions. The last time I had anything unhealthy was my sister's birthday a few weeks ago, and come in while we're eating with a plate for herself and picks the food she wants from each of our plates. Whenever me or one of my siblings questioned this, she would tell us, "You're being disrespectful, shut up, I can eat what I want," or "It would be a waste of time to buy me one because I don't want one." I want to make it clear that she does not buy any of the food for our junk ups. Either I buy for everyone or one of my siblings do. Just yesterday, we decided to get burger. This time, I bought food and one of my siblings said, "You know what? Get mom one too because you know she'll just pick off of our plates anyways." And my dad grumbled something about her not liking that, but I didn't care. I figured she would come around to us buying her a burger too. Perhaps she felt excluded, which was definitely not our intention. When we got home and set our plates to eat, in came my stepmom with her own plate, and before she could start picking, I put the wrapped burger on her plate and said, "Here you go. That was one's all yours. No need to pick at our plates now." She was infuriated with me and screamed at my dad to do something about me and went on and on about how I was being disrespectful towards her and that I needed to learn to share and that I'm too old to be selfish. I just sat there, unwrapped my burger, and ate. My siblings later told me that maybe we shouldn't have done that because now my stepmom has been stewing about it for some time now. Am I the butthole? Edit. I went to do my laundry and nap, and when I came back, I saw that my post blew up. Thank you for your advice and the Reddit silver. To clarify some points made in the comments, with burgers or something that you can't easily take a piece of, my stepmom would come in with a knife and fork and cut into it to get herself a slice. Also, I don't know if she has any mental illnesses. I've never asked. I think once she calms down we can talk. When we talk, I will update everyone. Thanks again. Not the butthole. She's only pissed because she can pretend she's healthier than she is if she doesn't actually have her own burger. Edited to add, thanks for the awards. This is exactly it. She wants to pretend that she's more obedient about her diet than she really is. And that I needed to learn to share. It really shows in her screaming fit too. I mean, what does she think I bought one for you too is? She's thinking the same thing entitled 4-year-olds do. That you have to share. Translates to give me, and don't complain or I'll tell on you. That was the only time I got sent to the principal's office in my entire time in school. Some kid pulling that crap on me in first grade, so I smacked him with it. She probably sees it as a threatening disruption of the disordered relationship she has with food. To be honest, I can't diagnose anyone, especially a stranger, but her obsession with healthy versus unhealthy foods to the point where she's imposing that view on her children and shaming them for occasionally eating what she deems as unhealthy food definitely set off alarm bells. I'm in recovery from an eating disorder. I've learned that, unfortunately, many working in the nutrition field have disordered eating themselves, or are in recovery. The few fantastic nutritionists that I've encountered have been, wait for it, not perfectly fit. And they indulged in cookies, burgers, and ice cream like most other people. A sure sign of a negative relationship with food is refusal to order one's own meals / picking at others' food. It's disordered, to say the least. I have a strong suspicion that Op's stepmother keeps a lofty food / exercise journal, and her blowout behavior leads me to believe that, in her mind, any shared food doesn't have to be written down. We all have our personal rules that may seem mad to others. This is probably hers. I think that poor original poster and siblings unintentionally shattered her reality by acknowledging her habit out loud. All of a sudden, every burger she consumed became real. I follow 2 people in the nutrition field on TikTok. Someone asked one of them a few days ago for any foods to avoid. Her response? Anything you are allergic to. That's it. This is so insightful. I hope you're doing well. This is it for sure. As someone who had disordered eating habits, still working on it, but I'm better than where I was. Having any disruption in my regular eating schedule/habits would send me into an emotional meltdown. It's the loss of control that does it. If I couldn't control what or how I was eating. Yikes. I don't even think it's that. It's a control issue. Stepmom wants to control their diets and they're going against her by ordering burgers. So she's going to show that she's still in control by stealing food from them. There is zero disrespect on Op's part here. Stepmom has control problems. NTA original poster. Yep, I wouldn't allow it at all. I don't care what screaming or pouting goes on, I'd call that out too. You don't want to share, you want to steal our food, and after saying you didn't want any. You clearly do want some, as you do this every time. You either get your own, or go without, because you are no longer stealing food from our plates. Cue screaming. Only children scream and throw tantrums when they don't get their way. You get your own, or you go without, and they are the only options going forwards. Do not allow her to take any more food, this crap and infuriating and shouldn't be tolerated. Edit. Thank you for the kind words and awards, smiley face. Exactly. You have to treat her like a toddler at this point. Clear and distinct boundaries. And stick to them. Dad is in butthole too for not putting a stop to this the first time. And if she tries to steal food from your plates, stab her hand with a fork. It works in comic strips. Love this. Beautifully and elegantly said. Damn, think you're spot on with that call. It's not really about the food. It's her getting to exert her will. Being given her own burger means she doesn't get to punish them for breaking her food rules. That's why the over-the-top response. Exactly. It's not about her diet or she'd be talking about how it's their fault she broke that. It's all about telling them she's still boss. Why else is it phrased as sharing and selfishness? Yeah, to be honest, I can't see how buying an extra to give to someone when you know they want some can be characterized as selfish. It's arguably even more generous than giving a portion of your own share. Bingo. This is 100% about control. Not the butthole. Yes, this exactly. To me it seems like as a nutritionist being healthy is likely a large part of how she defines her self-image and determines her self-worth. She can eat whatever she wants because she's above wanting to eat anything unhealthy. By eating off of everyone else's plates, which is its own terrible rude behavior, she's proven that this isn't true, but she doesn't want to let go of the sense of superiority she gets from being the healthy one. She wants to have her cake and eat it too. She sees junk food as a moral failing and doesn't want to admit that she wants any. Buying her own burger makes explicit what she was trying to evade, that she's eating fast food along with everyone else. Original poster saw this as a way to reach out but is likely viewing it as an attack or a way to make her look bad in front of everyone. Emo, this is 100% about her warped relationship with food and not at all about original poster or what they did. Which was buy her a burger. JFC. I would try and explain this to her, but I wouldn't expect it to go anywhere. Not the butthole. Oh, absolutely. She's got herself so convinced that she's healthy that she can only eat it if it's using the excuse that it isn't her food. She should just allow herself a cheat day now and then, instead of this. Exactly. Like, who the F goes to someone else's plate of food and picks off of it? I could let it slide if it was a young kid. But not a full-grown adult, vomiting face. Yep, she has a terrible relationship with food. And also an alarming lack of self-awareness, which is why people are asking if she has a mental illness. Someone needs to tell her that the joke about other people's calories not counting if you eat them is just that, a joke. She is a joke. I would continue to not be selfish and buy food for her. There are a lot of people out there with no qualifications who call themselves nutritionists, and a lot of them are just people who found a way to monetize an eating disorder. Like she might really believe that calories from other people's plates don't matter. This nutritionist, at least in the US, is not a regulated term, and while there are nutritionists who do have nutrition education, they don't have to have degrees in nutrition, unlike registered dietitians. This is no shade on nutritionists, but just something for people to be aware of. Nutritionist is to dietitian as chiropractor is to physical therapist. It is not. It is the utmost truth. As it is calories not counting if no one sees you eating them, main example being eating ice cream standing in front of an open refrigerator. Never happened. If a milkshake doesn't make a sound in the forest, can it bring all the popes to the yard? Calories eaten over the sink don't count either. Lol. Neither do they count when you taste test, even if you have to taste test 3/4 of the cookie dough. If I wasn't a retired granny, I'd gift you an award for being so smart. Here's some counterfeit, gold medal, awards. Good move op, NTA. Yes. I'm not sure how awards work, this was the first I've read that I wanted to learn about them. Trophy, bullseye. She is also a delusional nutritionist. The person who taught my intro to nutrition class in college made it very clear that Pop-Tarts, ice cream, French fries, burgers, etc. have their place in a healthy diet. It's okay to have an occasional treat or to use discretionary calories for something with high caloric and low nutritional value. Is it possible Op's stepmom isn't just pissed but that it is some level of a trauma response and that she struggles with disordered eating? I once saw a clip with Jillian Michaels, who is objectively insane, but also objectively very fit, that stuck with me. She said that every day, she gets 200 burner calories to do whatever she wants with. That could be more grilled chicken if she wants more chicken, but it could also be a taco, a candy bar, etc. It all depends on how she's feeling that day. Anyone who insists on living a life of total deprivation is 100% in the throes of an eating disorder. I would run for the hills from a nutritionist who didn't understand the simple concepts of balance and moderation. Not to mention her comment about not eating fatty foods leads me to believe she has a loose grasp, at best, on the science of nutrition. Proper nutrition is about balance. Fats, lipids, got a bad name due to propaganda spread by the sugar lobby. The only thing inherently unhealthy about fats, outside of trans fats, are that they are more calorie dense per gram than proteins or carbs. Fat does not make you fat. I would guess that she has some kind of eating disorder. She is obsessed with eating a certain way, and as long as the junk isn't on her plate, it magically doesn't count, even though she is probably eating more of the junk by picking than she would if she just ate her own burger. She seriously needs to see a doctor because her reaction to them buying her a burger was not in any way normal. Yup. How on earth is it selfish and not knowing how to share to buy her own entire item? That's extra generous? NTA. Here issue is she wants to pretend she doesn't order fast food while still eating fast food, so she steals other people and then yells at them or chastises them if they want to eat their own food. Look, Op, I get your stepmom is stewing, but I consider this to be a successes. You guys need to do this every single time. You are all adults, which means she can't just steal your food unless you let her. She can't overrule you. So you and your siblings need a plan in advance when you order. Personally, I'd suggest ordering something for her every time, or from now on telling her we don't want anything taken off our plates. We are going to order and I know you want us to share, so we'd be happy to buy you something as a gift from us. You can pick something now, but if you order nothing you can't have anything. Then when she tries to take your food, physically blocking her. I'll agree in advance what you want to do, and just never let her pick. It's not cool to pick and be rude to people both. More importantly, how do you share a burger? Does she cut each person's burger like a pie chart, gathers them up from everyone and then pushes them all together to look like half a burger? Op, I bought you a burger. SM, you are so selfish. Said in the tone of Harry Enfield's Kevin. Asking the important questions. I'm dying to know this too. Not the butthole. Obviously calories don't count when they come from someone else's plate. I thought everyone knew that. The calories don't count if it's not your food. Everyone knows this. They also don't count if you hide in the bathroom and eat the chips so your kids can't find you, right? It is disrespectful to pick food off of someone's plate. How is it disrespectful to buy someone their own food? This woman has serious issues. I'd actually have money in it being a power play, and she's pissed that original poster just exposed how little power she actually has. There's a reason she went straight for disrespectful as soon as challenged or having her power otherwise stripped, by giving her own burger. I think it's a power struggle. They continue to get junk food even after her protests, so she has to take from their plates to re-establish a sense of control. The age-old rule of if you didn't order it, then the calories from eating it don't count. As I'm reading this, she reminds me of a spoiled child. She needs to grow up, and it would help if your dad stops being afraid of her and enabling her. Not the butthole. Yep, true, and the worst is that the husband is enabling that. Not the butthole. NTA, she needs to grow up and get her own plate. It's rude to always eat off someone's plate. If you're trying something for the first time or you offer something to them, but to assume every time is rude. What's the weirdest part is that she has her own plate just for storing the pickings from other people's plates. But in her mind, she really doesn't think she ate any of the junk food. Rather, she just had a taste. Not the butthole. Yes, that's it. Not having her own food lets her pretend she's not having any. Food from someone else's plate doesn't have calories. That's the most normal part about the story. Would you rather have stepmom leaning over your shoulder and plucking a pickle out from between your lips, or taking what she wants and sitting down away from you? I mean, most people like this just grab a fry here and there. I think people are blown away by the plate because it clearly shows that she's aware of how much food she's stealing. It sounds like she's making herself a whole damn scavenged meal. And grabbing a fry or two is a spur-of-the-moment thing. Bringing a plate makes it premeditated. Which is so much more weird. This is one of my huge pet peeves. I don't mind sharing it all, but can you ask before you dig in? It actually makes me irrationally angry when someone helps themselves to something on plate as I'm eating. My ex's dad used to do this, not just to his family but to me and any other friends/guests, and called it dad tax. It took everything in me not to explode right there at the dinner table. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.